Hey! I see an annoying girl running towards me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally obvious to any attention she might draw herself on. That girl is Sayuri, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. If you know the kind of friend you'd never seen yourself making today, but it's just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around with high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel like better off running away. However, I just sat and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri catch me up. Ha ha! I overslept again! But I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jere. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we are a couple or something. Fine, fine. But you did wait for me after all. By the way, Jere, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm really not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. Ihre Stimme ist krank, Mann. Did I? Alright. I look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No promises though. Will you at least promise me to try a little? Yeah, I guess I promised you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerates everything inside of her head. There we go, in the fucking classroom now. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall and looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayuri wants to check me out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello! Sayuri? Sayuri must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I look around and realize that I am the only one left in the classroom. I thought I caught you up coming in the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out. So I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait for me if it's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Sayuri. Yeah! There's no way I'm going to your club. Hä? Mini. Sayuri is the vice president of the ich kann dieses Scheißwort nicht aussprechen. Literature, about literature. In the literature club, the literature club, the literature club, the literature club, literature. The literature club, real literature, the literature club, Literaturclub, thing, literature club, literature club. God dang it. Not know that I was ever aware of she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought I would be fun to start a new club. Erschieß mich gleich. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club. She inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday you would bring a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. I like cupcakes. Don't make promises you can't keep. Fine, I stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go! I'm in for that. Hell yes. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sayuri across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayuri, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you don't call me a new member. Oh, that's what I say. Eh? I glance around the room. Welcome to the Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayuri always says nice things about you. Seriously? You brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Ah, Jiri! What a nice surprise! Welcome to the club. Our words escape me in this situation. This club, it's full of incredibly cute girls. What are you looking at? Hey, da habe ich gar nicht hingeschaut. Was soll das? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki. The girl with the sour attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki is one I don't recognize. Das ist die blaue, glaube ich. Oder die andere, doch, das müsste die sein. Mathematik. Ich bin so konzentriert auf Lesen, ich gucke gar nicht an, wie sie aussehen. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. Das ist doch die da. She also is the one who made the cupcakes according to Sayuri. Warum sehen die gleich aus? Ja. As well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Jere. Woo! Monica smiles sweetly. Gotcha. We don't know each other well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... you too, Monica. Come sit down here, we made a room for you. At a table, so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. Then, how about I make some tea as well? Oh mein Gott, Tee wäre jetzt echt geil, Leute. Okay, are you ready? Tada! Woohoo! Natsuki lifts the foil off the tray and reveals a dozen of white, fluffy cupcakes, decorated to look like little cats. Oh, that's cute. The whiskers are adorned with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. Süß. So cute! I had no idea you were such good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs the first, then Monica, I follow. It's delicious! Sayuri talks with her mouth full, as always. Full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Direkt. Yuri returns to turns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Oh, I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Ugh. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted Yuri looks away. I mean that, you know. I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but at least enjoy tea. But I at least enjoy tea, guys. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to take the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member of any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, you know, to be honest, I stand out of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica is really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised, aren't more people in the club yet? It must be hard to start a new club. You should put that away. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like festivals that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, everyone? Yay! Well, we do our best. You know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. So, Jere, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki here suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking of you. Thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with the finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on and clearly passionate about her reading. Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh yeah, a horror book once. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate about the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Oh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, I just... Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you the idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud! And give it back! Fine, fine. Your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you just do is as cute as you are. Sayuri slides up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute! Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Her voice is killing me. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them? Oh, not that I'm very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. You must be willing to open up your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. What's going on? I guess it's the same for Yuri. Oh, I want to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. Okay! I have an idea, everyone. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of your own. Then next time we meet, we share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help us all get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of the club. Isn't that right, Jere? Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I've never said I would join this club. Sayuri may have convinced me to stop by, but I've never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. But I'm sorry, I thought. Jere. You all. I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? What is if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right! Okay, I've decided then. I join the literature club. One by one, the girls even light up. Yes, I'm so happy! Sayuri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey! You really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came here for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Super pissed. You won't believe it. Then that makes it official. Welcome to the literature club. Oh, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think that we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Jere, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. Ich bin gefickt, Leute. Ich muss jetzt sowas machen. Hey Jere, since we are already here, do you want to walk home together? That's right, Sayuri and I walk home together. Never walk home together anymore because you always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay! Juhu, jetzt geht's heim, Leute. With that, the two of us depart the club room and make our way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayuri, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Monika is the hot one, I think. Maybe. I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club. Jetzt hab's nicht ganz gelesen, sorry, ich hab zu schnell geklickt. Perhaps I'll have a chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright! I just need to make the most out of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. God dang it.